new amp. Check it out. The Marshall JCM 800 Studio, arguably the most iconic amp in rock history, but in a smaller, more manageable package. It's a 20-watt head, which can turn down to 5 watts, but don't be fooled, it's still plenty loud. Having played the 100-watt Big Brother a few times, I can tell you they really managed to pack that classic sound in here. It's missing a little bit on the low end due to it being smaller, but the rest is there. It does say JCM 800 after all. Now the big 100-watt JCM 800 head is great, but in order to get the right sound, you need to crank the volume up, and it will blow the roof off the building. Realistically, it can't really be played at home or in small venues. This, on the other hand, while still being plenty loud enough, can be used at more tolerable volumes without losing much of the sound. They achieve this by packing a little bit more gain at lower volumes than the big one, and by overpowering the transformer so that the valves heat up sooner. On the front you have your high and low switch, which changes between 20 and 5 watt mode, presence, bass, middle and treble EQ controls, a master and a preamp volume, which is effectively your gain. And if you want to play at lower volumes while still maintaining that crisp sound, you need to crank the preamp volume. And finally, your high and low sensitivity inputs, which are effectively your dirty and clean channels. Now unfortunately, you can't plug both in and use an AB box to switch between the two channels, because when one is plugged in, the other one doesn't work. So effectively you'd only be able to switch between the two when recording. Though the amp cleans up really nicely when you turn down the volume on the guitar, the live playing. On the back there's the speaker outputs, and make sure you plug into the correct impedance, a DI out for recording or front of house mixing with cab emulation, an effects loop with a handy on off switch. It comes with 3 ECC83 preamp valves and 2 EL34 power valves, as you'd expect from a JCM 800. The head is relatively light, around 10 kilos. Not the lightest, but definitely gig friendly. The cab is a Marshall SV212 Studio Vintage cabinet, loaded with two 12-inch Celestion Vintage style speakers. A beautiful vintage front grille with the matching golden Marshall logo, a closed back and nice big metal handles on the sides, which make moving this 25 kilo beast around a little bit easier. Price wise, the head comes in at around 800 to 900 euros and the cab is about 550. Enough for the talk, let's hear what it sounds like. I've got it mic'd up with an SM-57 and a Sennheiser E606, just a little blend in to capture some low end. So here's what the amp sounds like on the low sensitivity input, which is the clean channel. Very beautiful, clean, fat tones, but that's not what we're here for. Let's try the high sensitivity input. Tube Screamer yet, but I'm planning on getting an Ibanez TS-808. But let's hear what it sounds like through an MXR Boost pedal. This is what the DI out signal straight into my interface sounds like compared to the SM-57. As you can hear, even though supposedly it has cab emulation, it sounds very compressed and flat. I wouldn't use this except maybe blending it with a microphone or for cleans. Now let's try it with some different pickups. This is my classic Les Paul copy with brand new bare knuckle pickups, and you can check that video out here. I was pretty surprised when I first heard it in the store, as it really sounds like a JCM 800 should, and has the advantage of not causing an earthquake every time you strum a chord. It's a phenomenal little amp, and though single channel with the 2 inputs and a boost pedal or a tube screamer, it's very versatile as well. That's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel here, watch more of my videos here, here and here, and I'll see you next time.